Alright, welcome back everyone to another episode of the Confessions of Spiffy Brumpkin. And before we get into this episode, I want to just address something. A lot of people had reached out to me after my last episode about my Uncle Matthias with concerned messages for him and with some confusion. People have pointed out that in a previous episode I maybe mentioned that he had been eaten by squirrels, and then in this past episode I mentioned that he was lured into a pool of acid. And I just want to clarify, I have two uncles named Matthias. Well, I did have two uncles named Matthias. Now I have no uncles named Matthias. But getting into today's episode, I just want to give you guys a little bit of background before we get into it. So, as you guys know, if you remember, I've been in Gunderson County, and I've had just a lot of really wonderful experiences in what has really turned out to be one of my favorite counties I've ever been to. I borrowed Denny's station wagon to come up here, and it's been a very good, reliable car to me. However, unfortunately, based on some of the places that I've parked, I've racked up a considerable number of parking tickets. So I just wanted to meet with a lawyer before I left Gunderson County, because it is a place that I would like to come back to sometime, and I really don't want to have any warrants or any kind of problems with the local authorities. So I just thought I would bring you guys along and record as I sat down with this local, very well-renowned attorney. And I feel like there are maybe a lot of misconceptions going around from the last episode about like the law, and I don't want to ever spread any misinformation. So hopefully this can be a good learning experience for all you guys, and I hope you enjoy. All right, I've got the microphone on now. I'm here with Archibald Brondis, my attorney, and his legal aide, Stephanie Slightwater.
Yes, well, thank you for your business, Spiffy. This business of parking tickets, is nasty work, so appreciate you coming to us.
Yes, and we're happy to help.
Yes, Spiffy, I think you'll find that Stephanie is a legal whiz in her own right.
As am I. If you'll look behind you, you'll see my various diplomas. One of these diplomas, if you squint, you'll actually see a picture of a sailboat.
Oh, okay, yeah, I just did it. I see it.
Squint a little harder, you'll actually see a couple having sex on the sailboat.
Okay.
If you squint even harder, you'll actually be able to make out that it's my cousin Jeffrey. Now let's get to your parking tickets.
Stephanie, what are we looking at here?
Well, looking at his paperwork, he's got 3 counts of parking on the wrong side of the street, 2 counts of parking in a handicap zone,
And 4 counts of parking with a dog in his hot car.
Oh, good God, man, you left a dog in your hot car?
Oh, wait, looking at it now, it actually says he left a hot dog in his car, like as in a sausage.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. That seems strange why is that? Why did I get a ticket for that?
Oh, well, you see, it's an old law, been on the books in Gunderson County for, say, 75 years. You see, a hot dog is it's like a Frankfurter sausage in a bun, usually various condiments.
I'm all due respect, but I know what a hot dog
You
is.
can buy them at baseball games, fairs, barbecues.
Yeah, I know. I'm familiar. Remember, I had one in the car.
Oh, Spiffy. You failed the first test. You never admit to something like that in Gunderson County.
Okay. This was a pretty easy fix, right? I'm sure you guys deal with parking tickets like this all the time. I'm sure I just pay a fine or something, or how do I deal with this?
Well, it might be an easy fix.
You see, it's all gonna come down to what judge they decide to put us in front of.
Let's see, Stephanie, what judge do we got for this case here?
Wait, Judge, they're just parking tickets.
It seems that you have Owen Smith.
Oh, that's good news for you, son. Open doors Owen Smith, they call him. Owen Set 'em Free Smith, they call him.
Oh, my apologies. I was looking at the wrong section, and we have Justice Eddie Fredrickson.
Oh, Eddie Fredrickson?
That's what it says.
Is that good?
They call him Eddie the Electrocutor. They call him Fry 'em Up Fredrickson. They call him, dice him up into little pieces, Doris.
That's his middle name.
Son, I don't want to sugarcoat it. You have a very real chance of going to the electric chair.
What? What are you talking about? For parking tickets? That's crazy.
Now, son, it's our job to defend you, and we will put forth our best effort, but if you have any loved ones, you might want to call them now.
Yeah, you might want to. If it wasn't for the hot dog thing, you might have only gotten life in prison.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that this is happening.
Well, let me tell you a story that might make you feel a little better. I was a young Juris Doctor fresh out of law school, and it was my first big case. I was defending a young single mother on trial for the murder of her ex-husband. Now, the prosecution thought they had her dead to rights. There was photographic evidence, circumstantial evidence she didn't have an alibi, and 4 eyewitnesses saw her leave the scene of the crime.
So what did you do?
Well, I'm getting to that point. You see, this was a highly publicized case, the kind of case that doesn't come around to Gunderson County all that often. So, there was a frenzy, a hullabaloo of press swarming the courthouse every day. And as I was leaving, every day reporters would constantly bombard me with their flash bulbs and their questions. And every day I sought refuge in Little Sheila's bakery. Now, me and Little Sheila got to talking, and I found out quite a little bit about her. You see, she had been a nurse during the Great War, and had seen horrors that us modern men can only dream about. She also made the best damn scone I've ever tasted. I used to take a bite out of one of Little Sheila's scones, and I would crawl around a restaurant, wagging my imaginary tail and barking like a little terrier. Arf, 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 I'd say, baby needs scone, baby needs scone. Arf, 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 you get the picture.
I do, but respectfully, Mr. Brondis, what does this have to do with my case?
Oh yes, I understand you're nervous, but just hear me out, and I know this will make you feel better. Now, Little Sheila would laugh at my little doggy performances, and as much as I struggled to admit it, that gave me a large amount of pleasure in those days. You see, I was going through a relatively rough patch at home. My drinking was out of hand, and it was really straining my domestic life. But when I was hopping around the floor, wagging my little imaginary tail for Miss Sheila, I felt peace, serenity. I felt myself for the first time. And eventually I started bringing little doggy ears and a little doggy nose, and I would put them on and do my dance, and Little Sheila would laugh and tell me stories about the dismembered bodies she would tend to in Verdun. Well, eventually one of the reporters from the courthouse happened to follow me to Little Sheila's, and without me seeing him, he took pictures of me doing my little puppy dog dance right there on the floor.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, Archibald, but just for my own kind of visualization, you guys were wearing clothes for all of this, correct?
Well, yes. Yes, of course we were.
Okay, I hate to do this, but can we talk about how my legal defense?
Yes, just one more moment. I'm arriving at my argument. Where was I? Oh yes, this journalist got pictures of me doing my little puppy dog dance, and soon it became the talk of the town. People were saying, "Oh, lawyer does puppy dog dance. Little wag dog Jones lawyer wagging his little doggy tail all around." They were saying, "Oh, he probably has a real nice booty under there." Well, I'd love to rub hot oil on that booty if I could. And some of it's conjecture, but these are really the things people were saying around the dinner table at this time.
Yeah, but you were clothed?
Yes. Well, I understand it was confusing with the booty oil analogy there, but really I was just trying to drive the point home that suddenly something that had been a private moment of joy in my life was a source of public spectacle. And suddenly everyone in the town simply forgot about the murder charges leveled against my client. Every time I went up to address the courtroom, the jury would giggle in fits of hilarity. Now, when it came time to deliver a verdict, nobody in the jury was really even sure what the trial was about anymore. I gave my closing remark.
Clothed?
Yes, I was clothed. However, I did rip my shirt off in a fit of passion about how we should be all allowed to do our little puppy dog dances in the privacy of a local coffee shop without anyone taking pictures of us, and they ruled my client innocent. So yeah, that's the story. What do you think about that?
Well, it doesn't make me feel better at all.
Wait, what happened to the naked lady at the cafe?
You mean little Sheila?
Uh-huh.
Well, she wasn't naked.
Even when she took a shower?
Well, I suppose so.
And I bet you're probably naked in the shower too.
Yes, unless I got a nightshirt needs washing. Sometimes I'll just pop in the shower with that on and scrub it. Well, as for little Sheila, she got such a boon in popularity after, the photos of me doing my doggy dance made it out to the front page of every local newspaper, that she was able to franchise the establishment, and now there's a little Sheila's Cafe on damn near every corner in Gunderson. Why, it's even become a local stomping ground for the youth. Teenagers hang out there and explore the wonders of young adulthood away from the prying eyes of their parents.
All due respect, but what the hell are you talking about?
No, it's actually become quite a serious problem. All the kids congregating at the cafes. It's made it's just extremely unpleasant.
Okay, but can we? I'm really freaking out. Can we please talk about
Archibald,
my
when are we
case?
going to talk about my case?
Well, yes, Stephanie, I suppose we could shift gears and talk about that now.
Wait, what do you mean your case?
Well, I'm bringing a case against the city.
And Spiffy, I know you'll understand that I do like to treat all my clients equally, so we've spent some time talking about your case, and now we're going to spend some time talking about
Stephanie's case.
Wait, I thought she was your legal aid.
Oh, legal aids can't bring cases against the city.
Whoa, Spiffy. We're living in the 21st century now. You can't go around making accusations such as that.
I just don't want to die.
Well, back to my case. The Sushi Counter restaurant just opened in downtown Gunderson, and I went there for lunch, and I'm almost positive that they're using real crab meat when on the menu it says imitation crab. Now, can we please sue these bastards?
Now, this is a tough one. Crabs, imitation crabs. Oh, that reminds me of something. I caught a nasty case of crabs after that whole doggy dance fiasco I was talking about earlier.
Archibald, were you being naughty?
No. I actually rented the costume from a man named Sean Travis Dennison. I realized only too late that his initials were STD. And he had every venereal disease under God's hot sun.
Hot sun.
So the costume had crabs. You put on the costume. You got crabs, right? Can we figure out this imitation crab thing?
Ooh, well, look who's now suddenly involved.
Yeah. I mean, just the faster we figure this out, the faster we can figure out my thing. So, I mean, I got nowhere to be. So, let's figure it out.
Well, the second time I went to the sushi counter, I was positively certain that they were using real crab, and so I went into the back, and I saw something truly shocking.
Whoa, what did you see?
Well, 3 of the cooks were playing Jenga. And yes, before you ask, they were fully clothed.
Yeah, you don't need to clarify that. Usually when people tell a story or something, I assume that everyone in it is clothed unless otherwise specified. Like I was picturing them fully clothed in my head. Am I right?
Well, for the most part, yes. I may have been picturing one of them shirtless, sweat running down his chest, those chef tattoos they all seem to have, but yeah, mostly I agree with you.
Okay, well, I just like to be specific.
And wait, so what is them playing Jenga? What does that have to do with the imitation crab
Okay,
thing.
well, I'm getting to that. I had the same question as you. So I went down to the Gunderson County Library, and after I made it past the death squads at the front door, I was able to do a little research. And I found out that Jenga was invented by Tanzanian toy maker Leslie Scott and sold to Hasbro in 1986. Now, she's married to Fritz Vollrath, a biology professor at Oxford. He teaches fully clothed, by the way.
Now, that may be true, but I'd wager that there's a TA or a professor training under Volrath.
Up in front of his pupils, teaching naked, perspiring from how passionately he taught his subject. And you might not pay a biologist for the type of fellow who would have a tattoo, but I would wager that this biologist had a playful yet tasteful tattoo of a spider, as that is his area of expertise. Perhaps a web going, I'd say, no further than the midriff. Say his physique is probably more toned than you'd expect from an academic, but then again, he lives an active lifestyle.
Archibald, it's happening again.
Well, thank you, Stephanie, but I wager if you hadn't gotten me started with these godforsaken nudity clarifications, I wouldn't find myself so plagued by these fantastical demons.
How did you know that spiders are his area of expertise?
Well, I'm a lawyer, goddammit.
Yes, well, that's a good point. His specialty is spiders. And do you know what the most common type of crab eaten in the United States is?
The biggest crab in the United States. I'd have to say the biggest crab in the United States is me when I haven't had my morning coffee. Let me pull myself together. Oh, Lord, I am a cut up.
No, she said, what's the most commonly eaten type of crab in America?
Oh, I know, I just couldn't let the opportunity pass me by to find a little joy in this world before we die. Well, before you die, Spiffy.
Why would you remind me of that?
Blue crabs. That's the most commonly eaten crab in America. And do you know what kind of crab is often caught in blue crab pots?
Blue crabs.
Besides that, it's spider crabs.
Oh, spider crabs. Just like that spider professor we were talking about earlier. Oh, yes, it's all coming together now. One could even imagine the fishermen fishing for those crabs, I believe they're called crab fishermen, pulling in those pots all day long, full of crabs, spider and blue, as we alluded to earlier. Probably gets a little hot out on that boat, might have to take off their shirt as a precaution against heat stroke and exhaustion, that kind of thing. I'd imagine many of them are former naval officers or enlisted men, and being such, they have tattoos of anchors, hearts that say Mom on them. Yes, you'd imagine in the hot, baking Maine sun, rivulets of sweat dripping on their bodies, toned from pulling in crab pots day in, day out.
Hey, wait, I have to interrupt, and I'm sorry. I've been trying to go along with this whole thing. It's getting crazy, though, and I am actually starting to get very concerned that I am going to die. That I'm going to be executed, and I was trying to go along with this theory, the imitation crab theory, because a lot of people have been commenting and have been telling me about my podcast that I've been kind of a downer, that I haven't been giving my guests enough room to explore the material or whatever, and I just want to make a good podcast. And so I try to go along with it, but now I'm starting to go crazy because I think that I'm actually going to die.
Well, I'm sorry, Spiffy. I didn't realize you were so upset.
Yeah, I apologize too. We can always come back to my thing later.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it, and I'm sorry that I'm getting so emotional right now, and I'm just scared, and
Well, excuse me, Spiffy. I'll just take this call so we can get back to your bullshit there. Hello, you're on the speakerphone with Archibald Brondis, attorney at law.
And Stephanie Slatewater.
Introduce yourself.
And, Spiffy Brumpkin.
And who do we have the pleasure of speaking with today?
Well, it's me. I'm a new lawyer on the scene in Gunderson by way of the insurance trade, freshly minted out, ready to practice law. I thought I'd call Archibald Brondis, the #1 lawyer in the county, and see if you had any advice for a sprite like me.
God, please not him.
If you be polite now. Now, yes, I'm happy to answer any questions for a young lawyer. What are you thinking about?
Well, I really only have one question for you, and it's a legal one. Say there are two parties. Party A is a sprightly, newly minted lawyer, six-pack abs. He's ready to take on the world. Party B is an established attorney, famous in the community and known for doing a little doggy dance back in the olden days. Now, and remember, this is all purely hypothetical, how would Party A, from a legal perspective, kidnap, torture, and eventually kill after extracting all legal knowledge from Party B, well, in the eyes of the law, doing absolutely nothing wrong? From a legal perspective, what would you say, Archibald Brondis?
I've never heard quite a question before, but as a legal scholar, like I consider myself to be, I endeavor to give you an answer that should satisfy you. Archibald, don't you see what he's doing?
Spiffy, it's good to hear your voice again. Now you can close your mouth, or else I'll be asking a couple legal questions about you if you catch my drift. And I would get paid out handsomely from the policy I took out on ya. Okay, buddy?
Sir, I'd advise you not to speak to my client that way. Now, we're going to be bumping heads quite a lot as lawyers here in Gunderson, so you've made an awful first impression, and I'm going to give you the chance to hang up now. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Is that Stephanie Slatewater I hear?
Yes, it is.
Stephanie? It's good to hear your voice. I hope you're doing well. It seems like just yesterday we were taking out that giant insurance policy on that new sushi joint. The thing had to do with crabs or something, imitation crabs. I can't remember, but boy, that was a doozy.
Okay, bye. We'll talk about it later.
No. Now it's all coming back to me. I remember it like it was yesterday. You were going to go talk to your boss about bringing possible legal action. We concocted that whole scheme. We found those pictures of that Oxford biology professor, the shirtless ones with the spider tattoos.
Okay, goodbye now.
Stephanie, how could you?
Oh, well, you know, it seemed like a good idea, and you know, he was very charismatic.
I mean, Stephanie, you had pictures of the sweaty biology professor shirtless, and you chose to hide them from me until now?
Well, I suppose I could.
And I was right about the spider tattoos. Spiffy, give me 5 on that one.
I'm just...
All right, Spiffy. We'll get down to brass tacks about your case now. How's that sound?
Please.
All right, Spiffy. Well, let me lay out my defense stratagem and see what you think.
Okay. Okay.
All right, now when defending a case like this, I always think it's best to lay out what our objective is. So in this case, let's think, what is our objective?
For me to not die.
No, that's not quite right. Stephanie, what would you say?
Well, Sun Tzu famously said in The Art of War, rouse him and learn the principle of his activity or inactivity. Force him to reveal himself so as to find out his vulnerable spots. Now, this passage was actually about the owner of a noodle shop that Sun Tzu would frequent. The owner would often sleep well past the shop's opening time, making Sun Tzu very angry. And he would go back to where the owner slept behind the shop, and he would tickle him to wake him up, thusly rouse him in the quote.
So you're saying we need to tickle the judge until he gives in to our demand to grant clemency to Spiffy here?
I'm not saying that.
Sun Tzu is.
Ooh, I must admit you've appealed to my sense of intellectualism.
Even better, if we really want to, go to the letter of the text, we could find a noodle shop owner and tickle him and see what that does.
Oh, Stephanie, now you are talking. Spiffy, did I not tell you that Stephanie was a legal whiz in her own right? Did I not tell you?
Okay, so we have to tickle a noodle shop owner or the judge. Is that really what you're saying? Well, I hear you saying or when we could be saying and to really cover our bases.
Oh, baby needs scone.
Now, Archibald, don't get into your doggy dance just yet. Save that for when we actually win the case.
Right you are, Stephanie, right you are.
So you really think we can win?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cases like this get my legal juices flowing. Stephanie, you start dialing up noodle shops, see if we can get an owner down here. I'm going to put on my tickling gloves.
Will do. Forgive my ignorance, but how is this going to help us?
Son, you will see. You will see, son. She's making the call right now. So you do a podcast or something?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Well, it's I don't know. You get into these things. I don't know. I'm actually glad somebody asked. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while actually, and so I just to kind of express myself. I feel like I don't even get the chance to express myself. He's here.
Who is?
The noodle shop owner.
That was so fast.
Things move fast here in Gunderson. Bring him up. Open the door. Yep. Yeah. Have a seat. Come on in.
Thank you. I came as soon as I got the call. I'm happy to help. Yes. Yeah. Come on in. I appreciate your punctuality. We're pretty casual here in this office, so feel free to take off your jacket, shoes, shirt, trousers, and make yourself right at home.
Wait. I know you. Didn't you used to sell chowder?
Yeah, I used to have the most popular chowder shop here in Gunderson. It was poppin'. It was hoppin'. The chowder was not stopping. But I was the victim of lawfare when the FDA shut us down.
And what was the reason they gave?
They said they ran some tests and they found out we were putting weird stuff in the chowder.
Oh, were you?
Oh, yeah. We were putting more weird stuff than you could even believe in there. The test came back, said that it was like more percentage weird stuff than it was chowder. I mean, but that's why people loved us.
So now you have a noodle shop.
Oh, yeah, and it's been going gangbusters since we opened. I mean, the people of Gunderson love us. We got this, it's like a noodle soup we're doing, but it's got a chowder base. So, yeah, it's been real popular. I mean, the people of Gunderson, they're slurping it down like it's got the cure for itchy butt crack or something in there.
Son, are you putting weird stuff in it?
Oh, yeah, we're putting more weird stuff in it this time than we were the last one. I mean, it's fucking incredible. You change the classification of what you're making, and the FDA has to, redo the whole screening process. So, yeah, it's going fucking great for us. Sorry, you don't mind if I swear in the house of God, do you?
Son, this is not a church.
I thought you were a fucking priest. You told me to take my shirt off.
Let's start tickling him.
Yes, well, we do have to tickle you now.
Oh, no, you are not. The only people who I let tickle me are my wife and every fifth person who buys a bowl of chowder. That's their prizes. They get to tickle me. But you are not tickling me.
Son, we're just going to have to tickle you. Stephanie, fetch me my feather.
It could be the only way to save Spiffy's life.
I don't care about saving Spiffy's life. I'm not getting tickled. Oh, well, I'm just going to put my feather over here, and if you happen to get tickled... Hey! I told you, I'm not getting tickled. If you come any closer to me, I'm going to turn you both into chowder. We got a machine off Alibaba where you put something in one end and it comes out all fucking chowdery out the other. It's fucking amazing what you can do with AI these days. But I'm not getting tickled. Oh, yes, you are.
Tickle him good.
Get away from me, get away from me.
Stop, guys, stop. Stop fighting, please. Please, you don't have to tickle anyone on my behalf. I think that what I learned from the noodle shop owner here is that sometimes life can just throw you curveballs, like his chowder business getting shut down by the FDA or a crazed judge sentencing me to the electric chair. But there's always another way. I mean, now he's serving noodle soups and he's putting more weird stuff in the chowder than ever before.
Hey, true enough.
So I guess what I'm saying is that maybe it is time for me to leave Gunderson County and leave this whole mess behind, and maybe I could finally start doing some good with my life and with this podcast. And I mean, Archibald, Mr. Brondis, what do you think? I mean, legally, would that save me from the electric chair?
Well, I suppose it probably would.
I'll leave and never come back.
You know, to be completely honest with you, every case I've gotten since that first one, I pretty much solved by putting on my doggy suit and doing my little doggy dance for the, jury and the journalists, and they get a big kick out of it. Usually my client gets off, but yeah, I mean, I think your plan would probably work. Stephanie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. And just to clarify, when you're driving away from Gunderson County, will you be clothed? Yeah, I think I will.
Hey, I'm sorry for being violent earlier. I just didn't want to get tickled. Okay, so maybe I'll use you guys as my lawyers next time I go up against the FDA or the ATF or whatever. Well, here.
All right, well that about wraps it up. I'm leaving Gunderson County. Do you guys have like a song or anything we should sing? Nothing comes to mind.
No. Why would we sing a song?
Oh, I don't know. It's been kind of happening on the podcast a lot recently. I just thought, nope. Okay, well, all right. Bye.